Welcome to the underworld. From here, there are worlds above worlds above worlds. It's where I used to live.
And it's where you're going to die.
Dance, little flea!
Hey guys, we're about to start our half-hour special on Alita Battle Angel, coming to you from the world premiere of Alita Battle Angel, a movie about Alita, and she's a battle angel. You don't need to know any more than that, except to know that it's from the people who brought you Titanic, it's from the people who brought you Avatar, it's from a guy that brought you Shark Boy and Lava Girl. That's true. We'll talk about that a little bit later. What's up with you, party people? Who are you guys?
We are from Los Angeles, California, and we are so excited for this premiere.
You're like the super fans?
We're super fans,
Yeah,
super
all right.
fans.
Who are you most excited to see?
Rosa, of course, Alita herself.
Yeah, no kidding. She opens up a can of it, huh?
Yes.
So for someone who knows nothing about this, what would you tell people about Alita Battle Angel?
Amazing, and the graphics are spectacular.
What if I told you you get to sit down and hang out with her right now?
I'd scream.
Okay, well, it's not happening right now. I'll try to set that up. I'm sitting down with her, as well as John Landau, the producer, the aforementioned Avatar, and the lovely and talented Robert Rodriguez. Our half-hour special, Extra Butter presents Alita Battle Angel, starts next! That's what I'm talking about! Hey, welcome back to our Extra Butter half-hour special, Alita Battle Angel. This movie is awesome. As you can see, there are more people, a longer red carpet than they even had for Titanic. This is going to be awesome. It's all about her. She is played, voiced by, and motion captured by Rosa Salazar, the star of the show. I sat down with her, John Landau, and the lovely and talented Robert Rodriguez to talk about it. Take a look.
Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you guys.
How you doing?
How's it going?
Now, last time I caught up with you, I hadn't seen the movie, so it was like, what is this? Now I've seen it, and oh my God, you made a movie that kicks ass.
All right. Thank you.
So, Miss Battle Angel, if you want to be in something revolutionary, I guess you're sitting to the right and left of captains of that sort of movie.
Yeah, you're in the right place. Also, to be an actress, you know you've signed on to the right project because, you know, Robert and Jim and John, from his producing standpoint, have been putting dynamic, badass female protagonists at the focal point of all of their films.
Right.
So if you want to be in a movie with visionaries, of course, you want to be a woman in those movies made by these guys. It's a whole other level.
So, John, when you start with that, to get the picture, you got to get the big picture, and that would start with you. How did you know that you had found Alita?
You know, we didn't know at first. She came in, had a great audition with Robert. Robert said to us, look, I think if we had to make the movie today, we could. And we said, okay, let's keep looking though. We got to look under every rock.
Right.
About 3 months later, we did a screen test. We brought in Rosa and 2 other actresses. And that moment we knew. We looked at those tests and we had a shining light that lit up the whole screen. And we go, we're there, we've done it, we have found her.
So I could only imagine, like, if I were you, once I saw the test, I'd be jumping up and down, high-fiving, going, oh my God, we did, look at this, the movie's done.
Yeah, no, it's not done, but at least you can move forward now.
Right.
This is the title character. I mean, it has to work. It's so much heart in the script that relies on her being able to pull it off.
And what did you do when you called her up, though?
Oh, well, you know, I have to make it a little hard for her. So I told her, I fought for you. I really thought we were going to work together, and I guess we are. So. Just to give her that, there's nothing more powerful than a reversal.
Yeah.
That's a good reversal.
Just to set the stage a little bit, I was walking out of an audition, a separate audition, to my truck that was parked across the street.
Sure.
While he's telling me this, I'm crossing the street, I see a parking attendant giving me a ticket.
It's like my whole world's crumbling.
My whole world is shattering right before my eyes.
Even a better reversal. It's like turns around, everything turns around in a second.
It makes you appreciate everything else else that much more.
Yeah, well, I appreciated that parking ticket because I had proof of where I was, when it was,
exactly the
what I
moment
was
in time.
doing, an exact moment in time that he gave me the role.
You might be the very first person in the history of the world who said a parking ticket
She's
was
like kissing it.
validation.
Yes.
I sent it to Jim, and he was like, "That's cute." And I was like, "Are you gonna pay it?"
Did he?
I mean, in a way.
Yeah. Okay, dumb question. All right, so for people who aren't technically minded, and this is why it's nice to have someone who's so humble and gracious playing Alita, because the moment someone in an airport came up to me and said, "So I hear you're going to be the voice of Alita." Voice of? Do you have how many training I've done? I am Alita. How do you explain?
How do I explain? All of the artistic choices that I made are up there on the screen. My performance is the one thing that I really, truly care about, have ownership over. Those choices, I wanted to make sure were there. So I say that's my essence, that's my beating heart.
Every
and if you
nuance
think
of your
that it's
performance is
another woman, that we all did our job, because as an actor, I had the unique chance to not just transform via prosthetics or costume or makeup or hair. I had the unique chance of building someone completely new with these people, collaborating on a completely other person. And as an actor, that's a dream.
Right. This is not an animated character. This is a computer-generated performance that is driven by all of the subtlety and nuance that Rosa brings to it. And we are using CGI as the 21st century version of prosthetics.
And that's the easy way to just differentiate for people, saying it's not motion capture, it's performance capture.
Amen. And it's my new favorite Robert Rodriguez movie.
Mine
I love you guys. This movie is so amazing.
Nice.
How awesome are they? And keep in mind, they've probably done already 3,000 interviews about Alita Battle Angel. Still very excited about it. Coming up next, the newcomers to the industry, one of which has the #1 Netflix movie of 2018. Who is it? You're gonna find out. Our half-hour Alita Battle Angel Extra Butter special continues next. Welcome back to Extra Butter, our half-hour special dedicated to all things Alita Battle Angel. And look who it is, big fan, Jackie Earle Haley. How are you?
Good to see you.
So I was thinking about your catalog. You've done pretty much every genre imaginable, and the closest notes to this might be Watchmen, but even still, this is unlike anything you've ever done before.
Yeah, it definitely is. Especially, from my standpoint, where I'm playing a 9-foot-tall cyborg. Never thought I'd be playing a 9-foot-tall anything.
Sure.
And
without extensive makeup and prosthetics.
That was one of the best parts. It's like throw on the little Teletubby suits with the little dots on it and stuff, and get to it. So, but it really was a trip, from the standpoint of like, I really thought I'd seen everything and kind of experienced everything movie making wise. And this was a completely new world, and it was great being part of that, motion capture, performance capture world, and to see it all come together in the end is a trip.
Well, you add remarkable pedigree to this cast, and also having known you a little bit behind the scenes, there's a kindred spirit between you and Robert Rodriguez. I bet that was a great collaboration.
It's really neat and fun to finally work with Robert. I've been wanting to work with him forever. We live about 70 miles away, as you know, and so that was kind of cool. And that was also this was one of the only things I've worked on in Texas, to where I was, I kind of was coming and going, but it was neat because I would go there for 4 or 5 days of work, and then I was able to just drive home, for a week and come back and do a few more days, and that went on for like 3 or 4 months.
Well, you're awesome in it. Congrats on this and everything you do.
Buddy.
Good to catch up with you here.
Good to catch up.
All right. Also, speaking of people that are no stranger to the Academy Awards and the red carpets, I also got to sit down with Jennifer Connelly and Christoph Waltz to talk about this amazing endeavor. Take a look.
Yeah, how many years ago was that? Wow, I don't know.
A couple. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
I was just saying, you were one of my very first interviews in a situation like this.
And we're still at it.
And you've made a couple since then too.
We've both done a few since then, yeah.
What I love about you, I sat down and I'm looking at you, I'm thinking, wow, that's been a couple years, and she looks amazing. You look so good, and yet still you have a team that came in and found a hair in the wrong place.
Well, we do what we can do.
Well, congrats on everything.
Thank you.
Typically you wrap a movie and you have a pretty good idea of what picture lock is going to look like. You know the flow, you know how the scenes are going to play. But with this, is it fun because you can enjoy it like a real audience?
Absolutely.
You're not looking at the other stuff.
Absolutely. And I'm not in, all of that stuff I'm not, my character isn't a part of. So it was really fun for me to see and to see what they had done. I mean, I anticipated that
Right.
with James Cameron involved, that it would be executed to a really high standard, and indeed it is.
The character's extraordinary, and there's so much tap dancing I'm doing right now because I want to say so much about certain moments and certain things with your character, but I want the audience to discover it. But did you enjoy the layers of your character?
Yeah, it was fun. I thought she was a fun character. You know, she's so kind of has so much disdain, and she's kind of haughty, and you know, she's this contentious relationship with Alita at the beginning, and then you come to understand who she is, and maybe change your mind about her a little bit.
Right. What I love about her, you have this dystopian society in the future, yet she's someone, like, I know people in town that this lady would probably hang out with.
Totally, me too. Yeah, I kind of, you know, it's sort of awful the extent to which she's like refusing to have anything to do with this place. She's like, I'm just going there, and I have no time for this place. I see nothing of any value here, and I'm just getting out, because she feels like that's going to solve some other thing that she has going on within herself. Which I think, I know people like that too. And of course it doesn't work. But then as she spends more and more time with Alita, Alita is able to break through, and she's kind of confronted with what's actually going on.
Right.
So I liked her as a character.
It's got to be kind of cool to be you if you think about it. Game of Thrones, Deadpool, and this doesn't suck.
Yeah, you know, and if Beale Street could talk, you know.
Yeah, of course.
We got Midway coming up. We shot Maleficent with Angelina and Chiwetel and Michelle and those guys, and you know, aside from that, yeah. So you know, creatively everything's going well. But you know, most importantly, my real life is good and balanced, and my heart is at peace. So you know, that's more important than all of that stuff, or rather, that informs all of that stuff.
Well, let me ask you about that. How do you accomplish the impossible? Because if you think about it, just listing your resume is more time than we have to do this interview, and you're such a young guy. So how do you get all that done and still have a life?
I don't know. People say to me like, "Oh man, you've been so busy." I'm like, I ain't been that busy. You know, it seems like that way with all the backlogs, but I focus a lot on recovery and recuperation, and you know, working on the internal, and you know, going back to, you know, where I live in East London, and you know, connecting with my people, and my friends and family, and you know, in between every job, it's like a real priority of mine. It's like the only way that I can turn up on set with strength and vitality is to recover properly and rest properly. So I'm glad that I'm keeping up this mirage of like really working hard, but I'm chilling. I'm good.
Don't tell anybody, they may stop paying.
Yeah, I think you just let the cat out of the bag. Thanks for that.
Nice to see you.
Very nice to see you.
Excellent work in this.
Thank you.
I wonder about a guy like you who's been pretty much raised about the theater. You know, performing has been your life for the bulk of your life. Do you ever geek out about a role? Do you ever consider how cool something's going to be that you're portraying?
You know, I try to steer away from over enthusiastic evaluation because it biases you. And critical thinking is very valuable in any and every case.
Sure.
So geeking out, no.
Okay. That's why you win Academy Awards. It's why.
No. There's no recipe to that.
Okay.
No.
Wait, do you ever consider the fact that you're making something that your children will probably lean into and enjoy? Cool product.
Yeah, my children are grown up. You know, they get excited about stuff that they're millennials. There's a generational gap.
Got it. So, you know, you've been directed by a wide array of directors. What does Robert Rodriguez bring to the table that's unique?
Real profound knowledge and experience that goes beyond what I am used to and beyond what I have done and experienced so far. Meaning this, I mean, he's the head gorilla of all guerrilla filmmakers, you know. Guerrilla, I'm saying.
Sure.
And that he actually, for himself, took this step ahead into a big studio production meant something to him, but it energizes this process to a degree and in a very specific quality that I haven't seen before.
Is there a moment you're most proud of in this movie?
No, I want to be proud of the whole movie.
Got it. Is there a moment, back to your character and your relationship with your kids, I think that I would, if I were in your shoes, I would draw upon myself as a father, because much of your relationship with Alita is that of a father figure.
Yeah, but you know, you always do that because you have no choice. You draw on your experience as whatever, because you're just you.
Right.
That refers to you and me.
So much of your work is practical. Most of your movies don't have tremendous effects-driven shots. This does. Were you excited to see it because you were actually discovering it for the first time?
No, incredible. I was overwhelmed by the sheer spectacle, and the way they put this together is beyond what I could have, would have, should have expected.
Well, I love that you have this under your belt. Is there any genre or any kind of movie you don't want to be in that you haven't done?
No, actually no, because you know that would be in the realm of geeking out and the opposite of, which is more or less the same thing.
Exactly.
When it's good, it's good.
Right.
And that's what I want to do.
You do that. Leave the geeking out to me.
Yeah.
Thanks. I love that guy. He is one of my favorite actors of all time. I'm going to invade this guy's space. Look, you can't not be on my show right now because I'm talking to Jake Hamilton. Christoph Waltz, does he intimidate you like he intimidates me?
Yeah, because he's smart and I'm not.
This is what we have in common. Jennifer Connelly, you love her?
I do. She's an Oscar winner. What's not to love?
That's what I'm talking about. 'Tis the season. All right, when we come back from the red carpet of Alita Battle Angel and our half-hour special, the man himself, James Cameron, and also the young cast. Don't move. Hey, welcome back to Extra Butter, our half-hour special dedicated to all things Alita, Battle Angel, and the man. How are you, sir?
I'm good.
George, good to see you.
How you been?
All right, so I actually sat down with George this morning to talk about the movie with you and your two co-stars. Can you give me a review of my interview with you this morning? How'd I do? Oh, come on. What did I do wrong?
No, you're good.
Was it eye contact?
I feel like you have like a...
Was I trying too hard?
No, dude, you're good.
Was I not trying enough?
I feel like it's me. I'm kind of like, I'm putting on something more. Well, I don't know.
Hold on. For those who haven't seen it, take a look.
Nice to see you guys.
Good to see you as well.
How does it feel to be in one of the coolest movies of all time?
Freaking
wow,
awesome.
Thank you. Thanks for calling it that.
And not like any of you are short of doing other really cool things, but come on. This?
Yeah. It's really special. Honestly, I feel like, personally, I feel really lucky to be a part of something so big and to be able to work with people that I grew up calling, heroes.
Right?
Yeah.
How about you, the Robert Rodriguez experience? How is this?
Yeah, I mean, I've been such a fan of him for so long, so to be on a set with him and learn from him for 5 months, just learn a little. I would always just be listening and I constantly learning from him.
And the day on the set where you looked around and you thought to yourself, I can't believe this is what I do for a living.
Yeah. Oh my God, absolutely. You know what? Okay, so even before I went into the city at Troublemaker Studio, I remember going to Crafty for breakfast and realizing, wow, this is next level. Because the assortment for breakfast food was amazing. And then I walked through the gates into Iron City and I was like, oh, okay, so this is what's up. And it was the most amazing experience ever. And you know what? I just thought about this. I'm so grateful that I didn't just think about this, but I'm so grateful that we all had each other. Because it was really, really great to work with your peers, and now watching them friggin' explode is just so exciting because we always had this.
Yeah. What I love, what's so relatable about what you just said, I'm that kind of geek that would show up on set and I would go, oh my gosh, they have 5 different types of granola bars. Have you seen this trail mix?
I was like, they have almond milk.
The day on the set, 10, 20 movies from now that you're never going to forget.
Yes. I will think of the first time I saw Mahershala Ali. There are these gates into Iron City that I keep referencing.
Yeah.
And he was going to work on set, so he wasn't even acting. And the gates opened, and he walked through with his gorgeous cloak thing that he wore. And I was like, oh, that was the most amazing experience of my life.
I can imagine. Back to the trail mix thing. In this movie, I love that Alita tastes chocolate for the first time, and it's the look I have on my face anytime I have any taco. For you, name that food.
Oysters.
Oysters?
Maybe.
All right.
When I eat oysters. Lana introduced me to oysters.
So. Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, because of her.
Favorite food?
A good steak and eggs. Excellent. Can't go wrong.
Well, you guys, this movie is remarkable.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now I'm starving, so I
I
got
know.
right. Good to see you again.
And this is the moment we've all been waiting for. The man of the hour, ladies and gentlemen, Academy Award winner, Mr. James Cameron. How are you?
How you doing? Good to see you.
All right, so when I talked to you for Avatar, you said there was a time where technology kind of, limited what stories you could tell. Now you can tell any story.
Yeah.
Why this one?
When I acquired the material, it's because I fell in love with the character. And my daughter, who's now 26, was 7 at the time. And I wanted to make a movie for her. I wanted to make a movie that was about a young woman becoming something extraordinary. That's what was on my mind at the time. And then I went ahead with Avatar, and then Robert came along, and we'd been friends for 25 years. And he said, "What are you doing with that Alita project?" Because he knew I was going to be tied up on Avatar for another few years.
I'm only slightly distracted because Jake Hamilton, what do I say is my favorite movie of all time?
Fandango.
Fandango is one of my favorite movies of all time. I give it to all my friends during the holidays.
Hey! Which one of you geeks grabbed the wrong shoe? Who's got my laundry?
We're talking mega malfunction here!
A whole wash day shot to hell.
Nice to see you, Susie. Hey, Jake Hamilton, everybody. All right, so that's our half-hour special, Alita Battle Angel. For our full interviews, go to my Facebook page or even Extra Butter TV. Have a good one. It's James Cameron, Oscar winner, right there. And Susie Amos from Fandango. Google that.